Welcome back to the Dynamic Life Cycles podcast. This week, we have Norco Race Division joining us. Yes, Gracey Hemstreet, Jeff Hunter, and Brett Ward. Gracey, as you know, if you've been following the racing, has been winning all over the place, between World Cups, Hardline, and a bunch of other events. Brett is the guy that keeps her bike running smooth. Between all the different chaos that she brings, yes, he does keep it nice and clean. Then Jeff, on the other hand, he's the low-key mastermind, helping develop the bikes that these athletes are riding. So this podcast isn't fully about racing. We dive into a bunch of other things between the setup, the trust, how the team works, what they do in between races. So really hope you enjoy the listen. Cheers. All right. How is everybody today?
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, pretty good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Cool. So we've got Gracey, Jeff, Brett, all in the room here today. Gracey doesn't need much of an introduction, but Jeff and Brett, what are your roles on the team? How would you kind of describe them?
I'm going to let Jeff take this one. He's been on the team the longest, and I feel like he's a good man to start.
Okay. We're a part of the technical department, so we work at Norco in BC. We are mechanics, essentially. When we're at races, I run our data system and kind of bridge a gap between the engineering department here and team staff, I guess. And a bit of mechanic hands-on work as well.
And then where do you fit in?
I just like to hang out with these people. Yeah.
It seems like a pretty cool team. They seem pretty unique.
Yeah. They're a select group of people that, if you're going to spend a lot of time with, they're the ones to spend time with. Yeah. That's it, really. I have no real, I don't have to do much.
No.
And I bring the good vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how does Norco become unique compared to everybody else?
Bringing the good vibes.
Yeah, we have more fun.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. It starts from the top down. I think Greg has the most amount of fun.
He seems like it.
Yeah. Yeah. And then that just filters down and we'll vibe off of that. And yeah. And then in between having fun, I fix some bikes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is there many bikes that need fixing?
Not as many as you'd think.
Yeah?
No.
Gracey's pretty easy on the bike?
Gracey is pretty easy on the bike. Yeah, when she breaks something, she's stoked. Yeah. I'm less stoked, but I'll always tell her. And she's like, did I? Yeah. You broke a wheel? I broke a wheel? That's awesome. I'm like, well, yeah, let's keep that to a minimum, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
So I guess, back to you, Gracey, a little bit. What is some of the things that you enjoy about working with the boys?
It's like the best group, I think, ever. They're super fun to hang out with. And now I live in Squamish, so I get to see them all the time. So, yeah, well, these guys at least. But yeah. No, it's super fun.
Like, because you've been on the team for quite a few years and across a few different mechanics, different people, things like that. How does it change over the years? Like, is it, obviously the vibes have changed, there's different budgets, different things like that. How's that changed for you?
Yeah, the support's just like quadrupled.
Yeah,
from the first year I was on Norco. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, we're just like a sick, super dialed race team now. So, yeah,
nice.
Works good.
And then like things like, I'm trying to think how to explain this or ask this, but like how does the chemistry work? Like obviously this year there's been a fair bit of pressure, maybe not from anyone in particular, but with the results and stuff like that have come, having these guys around you, how's that chemistry work for you?
Yeah, I mean, no one stresses me out except myself at the races, but I don't know. They keep it chill. They try and calm me down, which is nice.
Yeah, it's definitely like you as the group of people trying to support, you're trying to always balance when is it good to say something that you feel will help, and when is it good to just let them go through the process.
Yeah.
You're up and down so many times throughout a weekend. Where you think you are, where you actually are, what you think you can do, and what is actually happening. And you know, they come back every lap, so we see them every lap. We know exactly what they're feeling when they get to the bottom. Whether that doesn't mean they're not going fast, but they might feel like they're not going fast.
How do you sort of balance that? Because I feel like it's almost like, as much as you're a mechanic and you're fixing those physical problems, but there's such an emotional balance there as well. How do you mentally prepare for that?
You learn on the go.
It's always different.
It's always different.
It's always different. I think if you come out with if you're confident and appear collected, then it gives the rider confidence.
Yeah.
So if you're calm and confident, that helps them.
I guess, you kind of feed off each other quite a bit.
Yeah.
Have you ever worked with a rider that's like super chaotic and had to almost backpedal and downplay it a little? Or you don't even need to mention names, but like...
There's not that many, so...
Okay.
Myself, no. Most riders I've worked with have been pretty calm people. Yeah. No one gets worked up.
And then with your past, like you've done a bit on the XC side of things as well. How does that change? Because I feel like you've got the downhill athlete and then the cross-country athlete, and as much as they're both essentially striving to win, there's a very different process that goes into it. I feel like, does that make sense what I'm trying to ask? Like, does the XC athlete, I feel like, maybe a little bit more highly strung, or not necessarily?
I would say no. I think XC athletes, it's more of a process they go through to get their body physically ready to output the amount of energy they need to. I feel like it's less of a
mental
a head game. Yeah. It's not about preparation for one single moment. It's about overall preparation leading into an event.
Okay.
Sort of days leading in, energy. Yeah. Managing energy.
And then obviously managing, as you say, like managing time and managing everything that they're putting effort into. How does that translate to, like, I guess, working with the bike and working with the athlete? Like, do they do many changes throughout the weekend, or is it mainly once they have a setup, it's kind of there?
We're talking downhill now.
Well,
or XC
even
or
XC,
what?
Yeah. More XC, I guess, in that sense.
XC set and forget. You kind of just run the bike. Yeah.
And then when you get someone as picky as Gracey here, how...
I don't know, ask Brett.
When you're working with a downhill athlete, does that, obviously, it does depend on the rider? Like, I know some riders are insanely picky, and then other riders are very much set and forget, and it's sort of, when they know they're setting, they just kind of ride with it.
Yeah.
How have you found a good balance there?
Yeah, like it's changed year on year, and I've got Gracey and Lucas Cruz to go off from my downhill. I did a bit of enduro before that, and it was a slightly different setup. But I'd say like it's good to have an athlete that's very precise, but that doesn't mean they're always right. And it's good to have an athlete that's very confident that they can just ride the bike however it is, and you're trying your best to get it set up the way you think it should be, and they just get on it and go. With Gracey in particular, like last year, she's still very much in her university of downhill mountain biking, so she's still growing as she grows as the sport, as we grow as a team, as a new team. So last year it was very much like, I don't know, good. How was it? Yeah, it's good.
I don't think that'll ever change. No,
but it has. Like it's changed. You'd say you've seen it for the last 3 years, Jeff.
Yeah, I've seen your wearing.
You don't have to lie.
No, yeah.
The change is it's gone from like.
I feel like you have more to say about bike setup than you did in the past.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just maybe you always had things you wanted to say and just didn't say them, or maybe your perception of what's going on with the bikes has improved. Maybe because you've just ridden more, but yeah. Been asked the same questions over and over and over.
Does the language come into it a lot? like I feel like, I know growing up with the motorcycles and things like that, you can kind of describe it with sounds, and I think there was an edit with Lewick out there at one stage where he was sort of like making sounds to describe the bike. Do you guys use language to kind of decipher, like, and then that translation, and how has that grown over the years? Obviously,
I think the sounds are pretty common from bike shop level to yeah. Even you just, well, it depends on what it is, but you just try, and if you're hearing something, like quite often they're not focusing on the bike that closely unless it's really wrong.
Yeah, okay.
You know, and then it's like, oh, this is doing this, and you're like, oh yeah, that's not good.
Yeah. And then I guess if you translate that from the racetrack back to like a testing situation, and obviously what's it been, 2 years on the new like test bike, I guess,
with modifications throughout that.
How has that changed? Obviously we had Kirk last year on the team and still working with us, working through those engineer changes and through that testing. How has that translated to then what Gracey says and what Lucas says and even Danny for that matter?
I guess it's changed a lot. Like, as from last year to this year, we've learned a lot more about the bike and things have been updated. So what we were working on last year might not be the same as what we've worked on this year. And some problems that we were working on last year might have been bigger problems than what we were working on this year. So like we may not have put as much attention into the stuff that because we were focusing on one part of the bike. This year it's getting down to the nitty gritty of right, the bike works well, what are the other small things that we can improve, you know?
The bike's maturing.
Definitely.
Interesting. It's sort of one of those things that I think everybody's talking about, but it's obviously with a test bike, it's kind of cool to see it as a prototype being raced and moved around and almost not hidden like some of the other bikes have been in the past. So it's kind of, it's interesting to see how that grows and changes. I think one other thing that I was thinking about with this is there some things that have come up in the past that sort of haven't really gone to plan? So like things that you've changed or you've like gone down and chased a bit of a rabbit hole. Have you seen that much, or is it like, I guess, I don't know if you want to go too deep into that conversation, but it's just one of those questions that was asked by somebody when I was saying that I was going to sit down with you guys. Like, how far do you chase things before you start to see sort of a negative versus a positive?
We're constantly
we're constantly trying things. Like we made a movement from, we were originally, one example of something that's changed in the last year is we went from using aluminum stays to carbon stays in the rear end. And that was, we moved through quite a few iterations of our aluminum stay to try and understand what flex was correct for the bike. So some of the options were good and some of them were a bit too far, and we kind of centered on something that worked, and we were able to measure that and then take it to a carbon stay. So that's maybe one where we overshot a bit and then came back.
There was a lot of effort put into that alloy rear end, from solid billet seat stays to removing the bridge and having a really flexy rear end. So they put a lot of effort into how to get the most out of that before then realizing, all right, we have to kind of stop there and then start with carbon and see if we can improve from there. And it definitely made a big difference to how the bike.
It kind of mirrors how the original Mule was designed. I think they designed it with a whole bunch of adjustment, BB height, reach adjust cups, obviously idler position adjustment, but with the intent to take it to the extremes where the bike was essentially unrideable and then move back to a more comfortable position. So so there is still a lot of experimenting to make that work. It's not just like once the engineer says this is it doesn't always go to plan. Engineers are basing their decisions on testing, which is cool. They're not just drawing the bike on CAD and saying this will probably work.
I think going back to saying,
and that's a few years ago. Yeah. So that was as the team was growing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it kind of predates this group a bit, but
okay.
Yeah, it's still worth mentioning because it's cool to take it. Yeah.
I think it's interesting to hear because I think a lot of people out there sort of see the final product and they make a lot of comments on the final product but don't understand that full sort of range or scope that the bike goes through to get to that point. It's really interesting to see, and almost could relate it a bit to F1 where like you're never going to buy an F1 car but that technology translates down and through and into other pieces. So moving on from that, talking a bit more about tools and as mechanics, one of the big questions that I kept getting asked when I kept sort of talking about this podcast is there a tool that you've purchased that you regret purchasing, and is there a tool that you didn't realize you needed and it's used almost daily? Like I know there's some in my box that I've made or sort of just put together and it's like, oh, I use this almost every day.
Yeah. Can you regret buying a tool? I can buy a tool and be like, this is a bad tool. I don't know if I regret it.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Tools are fun to buy.
They are.
Yeah. But always the age-old, the tool that's good for the job is the best tool at the time.
That's fair.
I don't know. Everyone asks me about what's your favorite tool, and everyone hates that answer of like the one that's good for the job. But it's so true. It's like, I don't know.
Depends on the
job.
job.
Do you have a favorite tool?
No.
Gracey?
No. I don't touch the tools.
You don't touch the tools?
No.
How far does your mechanical knowledge go?
I don't know. I can pump up my tires.
you can build a bike out of a box, out of a bike bag. That's like pretty...
Out of a bike bag, yeah.
Like tightening handlebars is almost the most important thing you can possibly do, and that's...
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. Okay.
I can tighten a headset now.
That's good.
That's
good.
Yeah.
That actually is good.
Yeah.
It's not that easy.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how many people can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they do it and
it's
their
hard to
bars
get it
are
right.
offset.
Yeah. You're a good mechanic. Yeah. You got it.
So, Gracey, who in the truck do you not let on the AUX cord, on the music?
Oh.
I know there was when we were at, was it Coast Gravity the other day, and we were playing a few different songs, but who would you not let on there?
From the team.
Yeah.
Anyone that doesn't play No Broke Boys.
Yeah.
If you're not playing No Broke Boys, I can tell you right now, you're off.
Pretty much.
You're getting booted.
The best bit about that is the only song we were allowed to play when we were at Coast Gravity was No Broke Boys. Yeah.
It's the song of the summer.
Literally, 2025. I can't. Next year it's going to be another one, but this year, No Broke Boys.
Yeah.
I could.
Somehow that wasn't my number one played song this year.
Oh, really?
No way.
No.
It's because it was on everybody else's phone.
Yeah, probably.
Everyone that linked in with
It
their
was
Spotify.
second.
Yeah.
What was number
It
one?
was second.
A second. Yeah.
What was number one?
It was Ordinary by Alex Warren. I thought that was weird.
Yeah.
But
Maybe you had that at the beginning of the year.
yeah, I don't know.
You must have overplayed
You
the
just
beginning
forget
of the
about
year.
the songs you listen to at the beginning, I think.
You don't forget about No Broke Boys.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
I'd like to take a moment to go through the team
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we
Yeah.
dive into that?
a little bit.
Yeah.
Like,
So I guess to start that off a little bit is like, who is on the team that doesn't really get much sort of credit? And the reason, I guess, getting both of you both in here with Gracey is I kind of relate the mechanic to the stuntman of the Hollywood world, in the sense that the stuntman doesn't really get that same credit that the actor does. Do you see where I'm going with that relation? Like, how do you guys sort of pull yourself within that whole world of the circus of the UCI?
in
the racing world,
that
I
tended
guess.
to watch much bigger question than I was ready for. I was like, yeah, Connor Wilmshurst, that guy's a ledge.
Yeah. So who else is on the team that doesn't really get spoken about?
Joe?
Yeah,
But then
Joe.
Joe's
Yeah,
famous
Joe.
in his own way.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Joe's under the radar in the team, but Joe's a hardline legend. Like
Yeah.
So what does Joe do?
On track, technical,
on track linesman.
line spotter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Coach. She's
Yeah.
like an assistant coach to Alan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then who else? So who else do we have on the team? Like, obviously you have like Greg and whenever Cole's there and
Yeah.
and people like that. Who else sort of play a pretty big fundamental part in the team?
Connor, I think, is the biggest vibe. Like him and
Con-
Gracey have
con dog.
butt heads. They're like brother sister. They do not get along. There's a lot of fighting. However, he's honestly one of the nicest guys, and he's young. Like he's got 4 years experience in World Cup. He's very knowledgeable, but also just such a brilliant human being.
And what's his actual role on the team?
He's mechanic for Bodie Kuhn and Eris.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he
He didn't work that much this year.
I was gonna say he had a lot of free time on his hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, but yeah,
He's probably working now.
he hustled. Yeah,
Tauranga.
like he definitely wasn't ever not busy. I
Where-
think he's good at keeping the morale up. He's
Whereabouts is he from?
New Zealand, Marbury.
Oh,
Yeah, sure. Yeah, he taught us all how to do. The splat. Yeah, whatever that is.
Oh, and the Manu.
Manus.
The Manu.
Yeah. Gracie did
Yeah, that was a big move.
unreal Manu in Andorra.
Oh,
yeah. Like how she didn't just split her back open. Yeah, just flat landed, flat water. Wabam!
That was bad.
Full Manu.
Full Manu. Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Connor.
Thanks so much.
So, what other wild stories do you have when you're traveling? Like, I feel like it's such a unique situation for you guys to be in, and I know it's not all glitz and glamour, but when you are traveling, what are some of the highlights that you can think back on over the years?
God, there's a lot.
There's a lot.
Yeah, it's almost every time we're together, and we're together all year.
Yeah.
I can't it's always a high moment. There's so much stuff that goes on.
There's
Small stuff,
constantly stuff going on.
like small stuff
Small
day
stuff.
to day. We're just constantly making each other laugh, and then we go and do things, and we celebrate, and I don't know. Stand out. There's got to be a couple with Kirk. Kirk's so good.
He's
Oh, yeah.
so funny.
Yeah, he's
scooters in.
Lime scooters
I wasn't
around every
there,
city,
but
yeah.
scooters in Lisbon. I hear that was
Yeah.
a good.
Oh,
just
time.
getting
yeah.
in the skate park.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was not liking that.
So, like, I feel Kirk is so quiet and unique.
Oh, he causes trouble.
Oh, really?
He stays under the radar and just makes sure as much havoc can be caused as
So he's like
possible.
the oldest brother,
Oh yeah,
just like
Exactly.
stirring the pot.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
trouble. The uncle who's trouble.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, fireworks. Yeah, I wasn't there for the fireworks, but MSA fireworks. You guys were there for that.
Oh,
Say?
yeah.
Yeah.
Last year?
Got yelled
2
at.
years ago. Yeah.
Yelled at.
Oh,
For sure.
Lewis.
But yeah, with Lewis. Yeah.
And Lauren?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We
Yeah.
were lighting those up.
Yeah.
That's
Mm.
fun.
And then we got told off by the neighbors.
Yeah. And it wasn't.
Ooh, at that house.
It wasn't even
the angry
Kirk that got
neighbors
told
came
off.
over.
Oh, yeah.
I think he took the brunt of it. Yeah.
Did he? Oh, good,
Yeah.
because it was.
Yeah.
From what I hear, it was his fault.
It's all his fault.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else? Greg's stories.
Yeah. I
We
feel
could just
like
sit down. Like that's how we go to bed most nights.
just listen
It's
to
sit
Greg.
down and have Greg's stories. Yeah.
He would have a lot of stories over the years,
Mm-hmm.
over however
Yeah.
many years he's been traveling, and
And he's a good
Doing-
storyteller,
He's a
actually.
very-
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Catches the key moments.
yeah,
Yeah.
without diving too deep into all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a point that I was going to ask then, but completely mental blank talking about Greg. How is Greg to work with? Like, I feel like as somebody that's been around for so long, he obviously has so much information. How is he at sharing that information and sort of mentoring someone like yourself and sort of guiding the team?
Is that me question?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I've come down quite a few times, like, bawling my eyes out, and he always just knows what to say. And he knows how I'm feeling because he's been through it all. So, yeah, I don't know. He just always knows what to do and how to make you feel better. And
he gives 110%
Oh,
in
yeah.
every element.
Yeah.
The rider element, the mechanical element, like every bit he can possibly do, getting up on track, being there, doing interviews for the team for future years and solidifying where we're at. And yeah, no one works as hard as him. Like all that effort he put in for 23 years as a racer just is now the same effort he puts into making sure we have a viable downhill team that creates athletes that win races. And that takes a lot of work. It's not just showing up.
I think like you can see that as the team grows and as you say it is maturing.
Yeah.
I guess he's got a massive part in that.
Yeah.
He's always looking for racing advantages, whether it's on or off the track.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is why I think he would claim himself. He's great at testing and picking the best product to use or the best setup of a product to use. He's always after an advantage.
Okay.
And it's good to have someone on the team who's really pushing for that, because not everyone would request that all the time. If everything's working well, you can just be content, and I think athletes and mechanics could just kind of cruise and just use what you have that works. But Greg's always looking for the next thing and
finding
the advantage
that next
that'll
1%.
put you, which you always have to be doing in a racing environment.
So, Gracey, what is some of the things that he would say to you? Like, obviously, coming down so emotionally charged after some of these runs. I guess let's dive into that a little bit, because I feel like a lot of people see this big, tough exterior for most downhill racers at that level anyway. But being so emotionally charged, and I guess it's very easy just to like put a front up. But what does he sort of say to help like break that down and allow you to, I guess, release and work through it?
Yeah, well, like Leger, that was like probably the toughest race this year because I didn't get down a run without crashing or stopping or crying until finals run. So yeah, before finals I was like freaking out. I was like I actually shouldn't even go up there. Like there's no point. Because I can't even ride. And he was like getting videos from Joe and Alan and whatever, and he's like, no, you're like the best looking one out there. Like just believe in yourself and be confident. He's like, just have confidence and you got this. And then I went up and we won, so
yeah. So it all came together.
It all came together. I don't know how, but yeah.
Is there much of a mental prep you go through? I know like some people will do like a certain ritual or a certain procedure at certain points of the day to lead into that. How do you set yourself up? Because obviously over the years your riding sort of progressed and changed, and you do have quite a sort of confident, I guess, personality when you're around friends. But how does that change on either race day or things like that, like the behind the scenes there?
I'm definitely nervous. I don't talk much, I don't think. But yeah, I don't know. I just try and visualize the track as much as I can, and listen to music. Try not to think about racing. And just go up, do my warm-up, whatever. And just go and have fun. Try not to stress yourself out.
Keep it quite relaxed.
Yeah, just keep it relaxed. And then at some point, I gotta get hyped up because I'm like...
That's where the tunes come in.
Yeah, that's when No Broke Boys comes in. Yeah.
So you listen to that for 3 hours on repeat?
Yeah, pretty much. Or like looking for the hose or something. That's my last song.
I always put your headphones on at the top and I'm like...
Yeah.
Lady Marmalade.
Or that.
Like that introduction.
Before Leo Gang.
Yeah.
I was singing that on the way down for sure. That was a good one.
That's a banger.
And then so I just sat down and had a good chat with Ellie Hoskin, and she talks about or she talked about not wanting to know results throughout the day and things like that. Do you look at the results throughout, obviously, because the riders in front of you are going down, and do you sort of have an idea, or are you fully blind going in and you're just going in as fast as you can go?
Yeah, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm only thinking about myself at the top and what I can do. But in Léger, I asked Alan, I was like, has anyone crashed? Like, are people just going down? Do I need to make it down, or do I need to, like, push? And he's like, no, they're making it down. Like, you need to go fast.
You need
and I was like,
to do this.
oh, shit. Okay. But, yeah, no, for the most part. Yeah, no. I just focus on me.
And then, I guess, taking a step back, right back to early days, how was that growing up with essentially a bike park in your backyard? Like, not many people get to do that, and I'm not sure how many times you've answered this question before, but like, I feel like that's such a cool feature.
Definitely. I mean, if my dad and the boys didn't start Coast Gravity, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
I'd probably be like playing soccer or something. But yeah, no.
Lame.
Soccer's all right.
Well, I wanted to be a professional
Football.
soccer player at one point. And then I like tried dirt wave at the bike park when it just got built, and I was like, oh, this is sick. And then I was like, oh, yeah, F soccer. I'm going biking.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. I just like grew up riding the park with the local boys. I was the only girl always.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was probably good for me because I was being pushed every single time I'd go on my bike. So yeah, then I started riding coastal cruise, and I was like, hell yeah, this is sick. Jumps. Started doing whips. I was like, okay, yep, this is my thing.
And then,
So
I guess now moving to present day, you're up in Squamish, and there is like, I want to say 1,000 elite women up there riding.
Pretty much.
How is that? Because you've only been up there for what, a couple of weeks, maybe a month at most.
Yeah,
I guess.
I don't know, 2 months,
Maybe it's a month.
month and a bit. Yeah.
How's that? Sort of, are you riding with more females, or are you still getting out with more of the boys?
I'm still kind of riding with the boys right now. But yeah, I'm meeting up with Lily for coffee and some rides too. So yeah, no,
Nice.
It's been good. Yeah, lots more people than the coast.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
Lots more pedaling.
Lots more pedaling.
pedaling,
I've
yes.
retired the e-bike.
Actually,
I haven't ridden it in like
that's
a month and a half.
that kind of surprises me.
Is
It's le- it's less than a
2026
month and a half.
secrets?
I can say that's a lie because you rode with us on an e-bike, and that was less than a month and a half ago.
Okay, well that was the last time. That was the last time though.
Okay.
When was that? Like a month ago.
Yeah, give or take. Let's say it's a month and a half, so you're not lying.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah. Yeah.
And then for you guys, are you guys on the e-bikes much? And what do you feel with the e-bikes? Like, I know there's a video
These
out there
guys are
with
not
Claire.
e-bikers.
Are you serious?
That's
Let's not take the conversation this way. This will end badly for us. You know, Norco makes e-bikes, and people should ride the e-bikes. They are great.
Don't ask Brett about e-bikes.
I will be riding my acoustic bike.
Yeah.
BMX whole life.
BMX without
Whole life.
Sorry.
Brett doesn't love e-bikes.
No.
Yeah.
I think he's had to work on too many in the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I
just
got told to set you up with that
PTSD.
one.
Yeah.
That was
I feel
a
like-
complete setup by someone external from this room. Sorry.
I know who you are.
I feel like we had a pretty good ride in Lenzerheide on those e-bikes.
That was so fun.
It was fun.
Hey, riding bikes is always fun.
Yeah.
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 We were pushing people with dead e-bikes up the hill.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That was not a Norco.
That was not a Norco.
That was not a
Okay.
Norco. That was our
Yeah.
truck driver, Lucas. Yeah.
He was
first
on-
proper mountain bike I think he'd ever been on, and he goes in,
Holy.
yeah, full
Doing
on.
Scandies
fully.
and shit. You
It was
saw
crazy.
that.
Yeah.
It was-
He did a Scandi flick on a steep trail.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
really.
could not believe it.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
actually.
He knew-
Never
Yeah.
ridden a mountain bike before,
Natural.
and he was Scandi flicking. It was crazy.
Talented.
How do
truck
you just get
driver.
on a mountain bike?
I
Like,
think
what's
he-
his background?
I think he's a
Snowboarding.
super active guy.
Super active
snowboarding,
guy.
was he
Yeah.
a skateboarder?
Skateboarder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
His job was an arborist, so he's like kind of an extreme guy.
Yeah.
He just lives that edge.
He lives. Yeah.
Yeah. I
He's
don't know
good-
if you
he's
saw
good at that stuff.
I don't know if you saw the GoPro footages that we were getting him on track walk to run top to bottom to give the riders more of like a feel at speed, and he would.
I think first one was Le Twill. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was it like 4 minutes?
No. He did like a 10-minute run, then we sped it up by four.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And so it would be track speed.
It was.
Actually.
So it would be like a helmet cam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From track walk.
Insane.
A machine. It like ran top to bottom, jumping over like steep tracks, jumping over lips. Like, so he's the truck driver that gave more than in any other truck driver. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like a truck driver does like the labor jobs, like puts the tents up, cleans up. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how far you want to dive into this, but something that just pops into my head is, what are some like random or unique things you guys do on the road, like in the way of skills, testing, like is there some stuff that
like bike related or outside?
Or just like running down the trail to get that footage? Is there like some things that you've never thought of and that all of a sudden have came up over the past couple of years?
I guess GPS plotting for you.
Yeah,
it was quite big. Like people have done the track. Mapping the track.
Yeah. That's not new though.
It's not new, but I guess it's something for us that's, I guess, new. I don't know if you were doing that before.
Yeah, we were doing it last year and this year.
This year, yeah, exactly.
But Warner Brothers gives us a GPS,
so they
set of GPS points of the track anyways.
They map the track themselves, and then
I mean everything's on. Yeah,
everything's data related.
It's part of their timing system, and yeah. But other things we do. I don't know if that one should.
Yeah, I don't know how many secrets you want to share. It's like a bit of a.
I'm trying to think of
question.
fun things, but also.
Yeah,
there's going to be something.
That's all right. We can come back to that one. That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't want to overshare some secrets that we shouldn't talk about, but I feel like there would have to be some things that you guys have done. Like, I wonder how many people are sending a runner down the track pre-race to get GoPro footage. Like, do you not just use GoPro footage from the riding? Like, do you carry a camera when you're riding, or is that still?
But you don't get to ride it until practice day.
Yeah.
So
your footage before we ride.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. So like on track walk day, you just send the truck driver down, and then you've got an advantage.
Yeah. Current racing, you're getting maybe 4 laps in the morning.
Yeah.
And then you've got time practice, which you might get 3 laps. So first day of practice, you've only done 7 laps.
Yeah, and you got to be up to speed.
And
fully,
we're doing everything, all the setup, everything we can get for the bike setup is done then, because the 2 laps in the morning before quali, you can't really make much changes unless it's like a completely different track and it's wet. Those 2 laps are warm-up laps, and how has the track evolved at the end of the day from elite men's or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then same on race day, it's 2 laps in the morning. So 11 laps of practice.
Yeah.
So if you can sight that track and your first practice lap, you know where you're going, you're getting ahead a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I think riders would try and find GoPro footage from previous years or earlier in the season. Sure. That's what, and there's often track previews.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what you guys would do often. But Le Twill was an example where no one had ridden that track
it's brand
before.
New.
Yeah. I don't know. Was there a preview? Maybe there's a preview actually.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
Did he run that one as well? He did run
the first one.
That was the first one. That was a steep track.
Oh, yeah. I think his knees are pretty sore after that one.
He stripped down more than he should have and got in.
We had him on the bike cooling down after that run, and then he ended up in the river and was spotted by a few locals.
Yeah. Nothing was hidden. Everything was on show.
Everything was on
middle of the pit, like I don't know, like 10 steps from
full Bavarian spec.
Full Bavarian spec. Cold dip. Yeah.
So outside of roasting the truck driver, who else normally gets roasted on the team, or is it pretty much an all-in brawl?
Just Connor.
Yeah.
Connor gets roasted. Alan gets roasted a bit.
Oh
yeah.
But he manages it better than Connor.
Yeah.
The age and experience, he can cop a little bit extra.
Yeah.
No, Connor gets roasted.
He gets a hard time.
Yeah.
But he gives everyone
he's such a
else
good
hard
sport.
He gives everyone else a
Well,
hard
he gives
time
it
as
back.
well.
Yeah, that's why he
it's
keeps
good.
getting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say
He's quick. Like he's always got to come back. It's
yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll serve him well.
Yeah, even just the simple ones.
So is there ever been like a sort of like a big crash story that people consistently roast? Like take away like obviously your crash you had and you jumped into the crowd, tried crowd surfing, all the rest of it. But like anything that where people haven't really got that hurt that consistently gets brought up?
No, I don't think
Not
so.
really.
Not really.
No.
Is there any moments that continue to come up repetitively, or it's pretty much once it's done and you move on because there's so much extra going on?
Yeah, I don't know. I think Gracey trying to fly will keep coming up.
Yeah,
But
That
previously,
comes up daily for
yeah,
me.
Yeah.
previous to that.
Yeah, how's your
We've been-
Instagram on that? I feel like you would see that every day being re-tagged almost.
Oh, I did, yeah, for like a straight month.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
Wow.
that's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How? Not that I wanted to dive too deep into that, but how did that feel? Like coming down last run within, let's call it home race, Canada race. Like obviously there was a fair bit of pressure on that day.
Yeah.
Well, I guess there was pressure on that day. And then to try and crowd surf at the end instead of cross the line. How was that?
I don't know. Wasn't very fun. Kind of hurt a lot, but yeah, I don't know. I was leaving the pits. I was like, just thinking, okay, I really want to win, or like I'll just
Win or hospital?
yeah. But like I'm not usually like that. I don't know. But yeah, it definitely wasn't my plan. But I was so gassed. I was done. It
Yeah.
was so physical and
Yes.
Longest track of the year, and a
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
tracks
It
have
is a
got a
hard
lot.
track.
Yeah, it's got a lot shorter, but those old tracks are still 4 minutes plus.
I was so done. I was like, Brett, like there has to be something we have to change on the bike to like make it better. But
Yeah.
no, it's just my
It was just
fitness and overall. Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know. It was hard.
Fitness is there. It's just the fatigue. If you're not used to it,
yeah.
week
The
in, week out,
hands.
you're doing 2.5 minute, 3 minute laps, and then you add another minute. It's huge, and you're not necessarily training for that when you're
No.
in the season. So at the end of the
No.
season, you're used to these slightly
Yeah.
shorter laps.
yeah, almost like sprint laps compared
Yeah.
to a marathon.
Absolutely, yeah. You take Fort Bill as well, like Fort William's another really long track, and
People
Yeah.
are gassed at the bottom.
you're gassed at the bottom. Yeah, you've given it
Even though
everything.
they spent the winter training.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like there's many stories about Fort Bill where people are talking about tasting blood at the bottom of the run and like all of that type of thing. I don't know if you get that reference. Gracey's probably too young, but the Sam Hill reference. Did you?
No,
I remember that comment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's a real old one. You might have to share that video with you later.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Is there much sort of like unspoken stuff between you guys in the way of like rider, mechanic, just like I guess a trust that is built? Do you guys have much of unspoken rules, or is it pretty much everything's full communication?
no. I think between us, there's a lot of unspoken rules.
Yeah.
I don't know what the rules are, but we get each other.
You
You
just
you have a
understand.
bond where you're just like, it's time for motivation. It's time to just fucking deal with it and be quiet, and we'll just get on with it. And there's time for,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
We've dealt with that. Let's have a bit of
yeah. When it's time to
Not
work, you
thinking.
work, and when
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
time to play, you play.
yeah. You can unravel every lap, and some athletes will do that. They'll want to talk it through. They'll want to talk about every bit. And
Yeah.
as a mechanic, you want to like instill confidence, and you want to give them the right words and motivation to be like, yeah, we've spoken about that, and we've dealt with that section, and you'll go out next time and you'll kill it. And and sometimes you're just like, with Gracey, it's like you've got this every time. We
Yeah.
don't have to say it every time that you've got this. You've got the ability, you've got the speed, you've got everything you need, but it doesn't always come together, and that's fine as well. Like you don't win every single time.
Yeah,
You just put everything in front of you so you can win every single time. And if you keep doing that, you'll be consistent and you'll just build on it. And, you know, we could say it every single race, but eventually it loses its meaning.
Yeah, it definitely, yeah. You kind of glaze over it a little bit once you say it too many times.
Yeah.
You just mentioned about, like, diving too deep into individual particular runs. Is there many sort of, like, myths or settings that, like, some riders will sort of, like, obsess over? Do you find?
Yeah. Everyone's process is different. Going back to Greg's, I'd say Greg's process is to tick off all the boxes in a circle across the practice until he's either back to where he was or he's found a problem. Mm-hmm. Like definitely last year with him racing, it was definitely like, right, we'll do this to this to this to this. Okay, it's not that. Right, okay, we've checked everything. I know that I've checked everything and we've not found something better. It's go time. You've done it. And that means you're changing a lot of things for the sake of it, and that may, you know, it may be not always possible, but like, you know, that's the process.
Yeah,
that's what he needs to be like switched on. We're ready to go.
He's ticked all those boxes to be confident in what he's riding.
And then as to placebo things, it's I'd say sometimes there's some placebo things you do.
Yeah, changing tire pressures, air pressures by 1 psi.
That makes a difference.
Yeah.
A psi is enough. It does make a difference. Yeah.
One rumor I did hear, and I won't mention names, but there was a rider that would choose silver spokes over black spokes because the friction between the black and the silver was less with silver, so it gave a certain feel through the wheel. Mm-hmm. Is that some things that you guys would dive into, or is that...
If that person won races, then good on them.
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay. Then it made a difference for them.
Yeah, and I guess that's where that comes into play.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
It's really like, what are you going to focus on that's... I know I've like looked down into the smallest depths of the thing I can do to win.
Yeah. Yeah, when you're at that 1% of 1% chasing.
That little bit of anodizing friction is enough for him to lose a race.
Yeah.
Them to lose a race. Yeah.
When you're, I guess, when you're talking about how small the gaps are too.
Yeah.
It can really make a difference, I guess.
It's a confidence thing. I like... Danny, unfortunately, this year was always on the back of that second.
Yeah.
And I honestly believe it's like people that are constantly getting in that top 20, they know they can get into the top 20 and they've got that tad bit more confidence to get into the top 20. When you're always within the back of that second, tense off getting in the top 20, in your head you're chasing it. Mm-hmm. And that's, you know, he got through in Lenzerheide.
There's a couple.
And that was his race that he won world champs in the wet. Yeah. So, like, he had that just inkling of more confidence because I do well here. This is my place. Gets in.
Yeah.
So, you are, like, you can do a lot of things on the bike, but if you're always in that little thing, I think it's just like, once you know you can get in and you can get in once, twice, you can always get in. And that's how Loic and Jackson first. It's that they've done it once or twice now and they know they can do it. They'll keep doing it.
Yeah.
And the mental game is huge, and it's an exciting thing to kind of dive into that.
Yeah.
Whoever's smart enough to figure that stuff out is.
Did you find this year that you had a bit of a change with that mental aspect? Like, obviously you had quite a lot of success in juniors, and then the past couple of years have sort of been, I wouldn't say bad years, but they weren't winning years. If that makes sense. They were they were moving upwards. They were increasing. Yeah. And then this year, like, obviously you had quite a bit of success. Did you find that shift in yourself? Like, did you notice that?
I don't know. It just depends on how I'm riding. And then if I'm riding super good, like, my confidence is super high. And then I'd win and I'd be like, here we go. And then the confidence just keeps rolling. And then
Is that like a feeling when you're riding, like a feeling on the bike, or it's
you're just
results?
Like, oh my God.
Yeah,
I feel like the best. Yeah. It just happens. I don't know. You can't really control
and energy.
it. Yeah.
But it's not consistent. Like, it's not like every time once you start hitting that point, it's not consistent. You consistently have to work on it.
Yeah, unfortunately. But I don't know.
Yeah, fair. Last question before we start to wrap this up. And once again, this is an external one. Best hangover cure after a win.
Not getting drunk in the first place.
Nothing really. You just
Nothing.
Like,
You just keep
There's
trucking on.
certain people on the team.
A long
that
drive to the airport.
Yeah, a long drive.
yeah.
I hope that was a cure. Yeah. Yeah, that's three times this year. The drive to the airport has
They felt extra
helped
long.
people with their
I
hangovers.
don't think it's helped them.
Yeah, we've had side doors down the highway
Okay.
open. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, some release.
Some release. Yeah, a little fresh air, shall we say?
Yes. Yes, okay.
Fresh air.
Anyway, we'll move on from that because, as I say, that was not one that I was going to ask, but I kind of got pushed into that one. So, yeah, thanks.
We take our jobs very seriously.
Hey, it's downhill. Like, I joke, I did a lot of cross-country racing. I've done a lot of downhill racing. And I feel like the downhillers have one of the best sort of lifestyles when it comes to athletes. Like, they're famous enough, they earn a lot, well, some people earn a lot of money from it, but they don't have to worry about as serious like an XC athlete to what they're putting in their body day in, day out that's going to affect them in 3-4 weeks time, you know. So you have to have fun for sure.
Yeah. I think so.
But yeah, thank you for coming down from Squamish. It was a bit of a mission this morning. It was dumping with rain. There was a few car accidents. So
Atmospheric river.
yeah, that's happening. Beginning of winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Cheers. And thanks for Norco putting up with us in this room.
Yeah.
Thanks, Norco.
Thanks, Norco.
Yeah, thanks, Nick.
Cheers. All right. Thanks,
Sweet.
guys.
Cheers.